Welcome to the Audio Eclectica podcast. This is episode number 4. I'm your host, Brian. With me, as usual, is my co-host. Sitting across from me is my co-host, Ryan.
Steve-O.
Mark Hunter from Chimera.
Yeah. Oh, God.
You know,
I have a good Chimera story.
I got a good Chimera story, too.
Yeah. When I saw them with Spine Shank at the whiskey.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, that, like, they
Pass
almost
out of
incited a
existence
riot.
era?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They almost incited a riot. Like, I swear to God, they had, the whole place is just a giant breakdown. Literally, just a giant breakdown. Even Chris was like, holy shit.
And the Spine Shank show was one of the loudest you've ever been to?
Yeah, that was cool.
Because I was there, too.
Yeah. Oh, you were there?
Yeah, of course I was there. The Spine Shank, man. I'm not going to miss Spine Shank. I played with Spine Shank once when they came back. And like
Speaking
in
of
the
bad
mid 2000s. In the mid 2000s, you were there. You left early because Chris was like, "Well, they're paying a Pantera cover. I got to leave. This is bullshit."
Wait, when? When was this?
It was like 2006, 2007.
Oh, yeah.
At Velvet
was at the
Jones
Velvet
in Santa
Jones.
Barbara. Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun,
Yeah, they played all
dun.
but they were playing a medley of stuff, and Chris, I remember you waved to me, and I was just like,
I actually got a funny story about that because the reason why we left wasn't really actually because of that. It was because I kind of had diarrhea.
"Oh, okay."
Dude, we drank so much beer and ate so much clam chowder. Like
Oh, that's right.
before your show.
You went to the
no, but check this out.
Santa
dude.
Barbara company.
Yeah, so like we went to the Santa Barbara Brewing Company, and I had to take a shit, and I was like, dude, I'm not gonna do it here. This is disgusting. Their bathroom's horrible. I was like, hey, do you know where a bathroom is? He's like, yeah, let's go. And let's.
I once hid in their bathroom to get into a show.
Really?
Yeah, I got there really early because my friend's band was playing with somebody I really wanted to see.
It's cool.
And in order for me to get in, because I was under 21, I was like 19 at the time.
Yeah.
19 or 20, and I hid in the bathroom. All for like an hour and a half, and like anytime somebody would come in, I'd make noises like I was like throwing up or taking a shit.
Yeah.
Like just and afterwards I was in.
Wow.
I was like, all right, cool.
That's awesome.
It was great.
So like,
I once hid in a.
you just hijacked my story.
Well, I'm sorry. You interrupt me a lot. You know that.
Whoa. In this intro, that's actually what I was specifically not doing.
I know.
I was just like, I want to. No, I'm getting.
I'm taking the show back. No, that's funny, man. That's funny shit. Fuck you. That's funny. No, but yeah. Okay, wait. So I hijacked. So I'm sorry. I didn't mean to hijack your story. So
I don't care.
you
It's cool.
you go.
It's your show.
No, continue, please. Wait.
No. I gotta ask you, man. Band's coming back.
I'm okay with it if it's like all the members.
If it's all the members, do you see Bush like when they came back?
No, I haven't seen them since they came back.
Really?
Yeah. I saw Institute, his side project band after Bush.
Really?
Yeah.
How was that?
It wasn't bad, actually. It was just overproduced, and it sounded very Helmet-like. So imagine a very more polished Helmet, like with hooks, as opposed to...
That sounds actually pretty cool.
It's what it was. It was Bush, but like heavier. You know what? That Helmet's a band that you want to talk about them not coming back with all their members, and it just does not sound the same.
Yeah.
It really doesn't.
Well, they have their singer, right?
It's the same singer,
Yeah.
but it's not the same guitar player. It's not the same drummer. I really feel like that really takes away from the experience of what you're getting. The Guns N' Roses one, I kind of understand. I'm hear me out on this.
Mm-hmm.
Frank Ferrer and Richard Fortus have been playing those songs longer than the other guys that left were in the band.
That's a good point.
They learned how to play them. So the Appetite era songs, that is they
also have that chemistry.
Yeah, but they do. But they studied
important.
studied how Steven Adler played it. They studied how Matt Sorum played it, and then they have their own way of playing it.
Yeah.
And over the years, it's become okay for it to you can differentiate a little bit.
Frank's a good drummer.
Frank's
man.
a solid, great drummer.
Yeah.
Same with Richard Fortus though. It's kind of funny that Izzy wasn't a part of it, yet Richard Fortus kind of looks like Izzy.
Yeah.
Like they should have thrown the
that,
Izzy hat on him.
Yeah,
just
that was
for shits
weird.
and giggles one night,
Yeah.
just to be like, Let's pretend like Izzy's here tonight. Richard, come on.
exactly.
Just you guys do this once. Just once.
Just throw a hologram over him.
Not even a hologram. All you got to do is put the hat on Richard and change his clothes up until like a little bit more of like a a grungy looking blues guy.
Mm-hmm.
And that's Izzy.
That's funny.
But he plays all Izzy's parts.
Yeah.
And he's developed Izzy's feel, but he's also put his own, and it sounds really good.
Yeah.
So I would have been okay with it had their set list been not full of covers too. But we'll get to that in a minute. But there's a bunch of bands I've seen like this that Jane's Addiction. I've seen them with Eric Avery and I've seen them with Chris Chaney. With Eric Avery, it makes sense because he wrote Nothing Shocking pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
And Chris Chaney's a great player, but he doesn't have the same feel as Eric Avery. And it makes Jane's Addiction sound different. Just like Pearl Jam.
Yeah, Matt Cameron.
Cameron.
He's not as dynamic as they need him to be. And
No.
as in dynamic, like coming from a drummer's perspective, he doesn't have that jazzy kind of style.
Well,
Because that's
he
kinda
does
like-
have a jazzy style. It's just he doesn't incorporate it into Pearl Jam.
Yeah.
Their best drummer was David Bruzy.
Yeah.
He played on Versus. He played on Vitology.
Yeah.
Great drummer.
Really good
They
drummer.
just had serious conflict with the guy because
He just didn't want to tour.
No, it wasn't even. No, it wasn't that.
That wasn't
he
that?
was a partier, and it
Oh,
just
really?
didn't fit into the grand scheme of how they were doing things
Wow.
for Eddie and.
So
and
he did
Jeff.
it too much.
Yeah, and
Oh,
to
that
to
sucks.
excess. That's why. But he was the best drummer for them.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Pearl Jam ever, so I can't tell you how I would feel about
I've seen
seeing
him
it live.
twice. It's awesome.
I'm sure it's awesome, but at the
great.
same time, it's like I think seeing it live, it's different because there's
It's
more
better.
jam aspect to when they
Better.
play live. They
Yeah.
they extend their songs out and stuff.
Dude, honestly, I've seen so many bands play live, and I got to tell you that Pearl Jam, they're in their 40s, dude.
Oh yeah,
You know, they've been doing this for over 20 years now. And like when I saw them, it was on their 20th anniversary tour, and it was amazing. It was cool. Like even Temple of the Dog came out, which is pretty cool. You know, and they play Hunger Strike.
they're coming back.
That's gonna be cool.
I'm skeptical. I really am.
I don't care. Just as long as something like that comes back, that's cool.
It baffles me that okay, they're gonna come back. They're gonna play that record, and they have I know they have a couple unreleased songs, and they're gonna probably play Mother Love Bone songs.
That's cool. I don't give a
I'm
shit.
cool with
That's
that.
fine.
But
Actually, they probably will play Mother Love Bone
Yeah.
songs because Chris Cornell used to live with
With
what's
Andy
his
Wood.
name? Yeah, with Andy
Yeah.
Wood. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's such a good documentary, by the way.
the Pearl Jam one,
Pearl Jam 20.
it's good, but it doesn't end. It's the way that once they get to like the binaural era, it stops becoming a documentary. It just becomes more or less a concert film.
Yeah. It's like when they start talking about like how they were protesting Ticketmaster and all that crap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like once they talk about that accident that happened where the fans died, and like I think it was in Denmark or something like that.
Yeah.
Like the whole movie just shifts from like we're about being introspective and deep about.
But that's
what
what their career was like. That's the funny thing.
I know,
So, like, we kinda feel-
but at that point they have captivated me with a history,
Yeah.
and I want to hear more about
Great
like
song, by the way.
through. Oh, I love it. Garden is great.
Garden. Yeah.
But
Why? But they never play it live.
yeah, they've been on some of their
Not when
set
I
lists
saw
this
them.
year. They changed. Well, they're
That's something that's really cool about Pearl Jam too, as well, is that they switch it up every time they play. You
well,
don't know
we'll
what you're
talk.
gonna get.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that because that
It's
comes
like
a little
a
bit
box
later.
of chocolates. You don't know what you're gonna get.
That's a great movie too. A great soundtrack.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Great soundtrack.
But there's
Go ahead.
what other bands have you seen that have come back without their original members and things like that?
Skid Row.
Oh, that's atrocious.
The Doors.
Yeah, I saw that actually.
Nope.
It wasn't what I wanted it to be.
Nope.
I'll give Ian Asbury props and balls for getting up there and doing that.
Smashing Pumpkins.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it is different because
Yeah.
James Iha has a way of playing,
Yep.
and so did Darcy.
Yeah.
Though Melissa Oftumar
Yeah.
did contribute a good solid feel to the way Darcy did it.
Yeah.
Like it was a similar.
Yeah, but like you and I have been in bands before, man, and honestly, when you try to replace somebody, and then when they try to get into that chemistry that you guys used to have with that old member, because people leave bands for a lot of reasons, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whether it's drugs, whether it's stuff outside the actual band, but that's sometimes not replaceable. And one of the bands I heard that from was Pearl Jam.
Yeah.
That's why, honestly, I love the first 3. I love Vitology. There's so many good songs on there too.
I really dig on No Code.
No Code's cool.
A friend of mine, that's his favorite record, and I was like sitting there listening to it more and more, like, man, this album really is good.
Yeah.
It's very dynamically shaped.
Yeah.
It really is.
But well, getting back to what I was saying though, I mean, you can't fake that shit, especially when you're doing that stuff live. You know what I mean? Because when you just have those original members, and I mean, that's probably why the new Guns N' Roses tour is going so well with Slash and with Duff, is because you know that chemistry is going to be there.
Well, they've been playing together too.
Yeah, exactly. But that's what Smashing Pumpkins, in my opinion. That's what I don't know why Billy Corgan. Like, in my opinion, it gyps the fans.
It's gonna happen though. It's gonna happen.
Good.
He reunited with Jimmy. Played on his last tour. He reunited with James on stage during their last tour at a few shows, and now he's back talking to Darcy. And you know what's gonna happen.
How many people have been wanting this Smashing Pumpkins real reunion? I remember wanting this real reunion back when it was like 2003, 2004. Like, stop bullshitting around, get your fucking shit together, and let's do this.
They didn't come back until 2007.
No, I know, but it's like,
But
come on.
he stopped using the Pumpkins name and made Zwan, and then he did a solo record, and then he got Smashing Pumpkins back together with just Jimmy and some other guys.
Yeah, but see, that's the thing. That's not Smashing Pumpkins.
I know.
You know what I mean?
But you've been wanting it since 2003.
Fuck yeah.
They needed a break.
They didn't need a break.
They needed a fucking
They
break.
didn't need a break.
Machina was not good. Machina 2 was
take
even worse.
So take like a year or 2 off, but stay together as a band
There's too much conflict, dude.
because it's different.
Too much conflict.
Yeah, but see, but that's where,
That's the ego aspect, though, too.
don't you not want to give some saturated bullshit to your fans? Don't you want to give them the best pure project that you can possibly give them, hypothetically, if you could?
Yeah,
Yeah. It sucks that people let their ego get in the way of that.
it is.
It's fucking bullshit.
It happens too much.
Well, same with the Eagles.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then what was their last album called?
They put out a new one like 5 years ago.
Yeah. Well, the one before that.
Hell Freezes Over?
Yeah, Hell Freezes Over.
That was like a live album. It was a live album. Pretty much, it was.
No, I know, but still, like, they were saying, "Hey, look, like when Hell
Oh,
Freezes
yeah.
over,
Well,
we'll
this is
freaking
the
get
Guns
back
N' Roses
together."
tour is called Not in This Lifetime.
That's true. Yeah.
So it's the same thing.
I think-
and shocking that it's named that, and the Eagles tour was named Hell Freezes Over, and the Eagles manager was Irving Azoff. And for a time during the Axl Guns N' Roses, it was Irving Azoff was their manager. So I'm kind of intrigued.
How do you
by
know
this.
this shit? Jesus. Like, how do you know this?
I don't know. I just know.
Oh my God. That's awesome.
Yeah. Irving Azoff.
That's why I'm your co-host.
Off the top of my head, it pops out.
In my opinion, what I was trying to tell you, like back in 2003, don't gyp your fans. Give them what they want. Don't take too much time off, but also at the same time, look, if you're going to get back together at the right time, because there's too many bands that are now getting back together that are just, they're doing it for the paycheck.
Oh,
you know
absolutely.
they're doing
Oh,
it for the
there's
paycheck, but it's
so
kind of
much.
an insult. It really honestly is an insult. It really is. And like, that's just how I feel about it. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, really? Oh, well, it takes you guys to be in financial dire straits because you don't know how to save your money the right way. That now
3
you're just
words
gonna-
for you.
What?
Actually, 6 words for you. Stone Temple Pilots with Chester Bennington. That describes exactly what you just talked about. Because Scott was way too into his own stuff to go back out and do it. So they asked Chester Bennington to do it. And the atrocity that came out to be was
They
a
even recorded.
slap in the face. It is awful. And to top it off, he starts dyeing his hair pink like Scott did and starts moving around on stage trying to do it like Scott did. No. No. I know too. I read in interviews like he was like Stone Temple Pilots is like one of my all-time favorite bands, like top 3 of fucking all-time favorite bands, and this is
I
like a
love
dream
Stone
come
Temple
true.
Pilots.
But the fact that that came out was just like, no. What? You just tarnished your name completely.
It's kind of like how I felt
then
like
when he
Metallica
passed away-
came out with Lulu.
I like Lulu. I like Lou Reed, so I have an affinity for that album.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do. I have a liking to that album because I am a Lou Reed fan.
If it looks like shit, smells like shit, it's got to be shit.
You've never been a Lou Reed fan.
Doesn't matter.
It does because
no.
because no on a normal
Dude, Velvet Underground, like no, the Velvet Underground, they do have some really good stuff. I'll
his
give you
solo
that.
stuff is freaking great too.
In some of Lou Reed's solo stuff is good, but some of his stuff is fucking out there, dude.
Yeah, I know, which was what
No, I
makes
know.
me
I-
appreciate
Yeah.
it even more.
No, I understand.
He's like one of my top 10 all-time favorite songwriters of all time. But it's a Lou Reed album, and Metallica was this backing band for it. And I know it took away from doing Metallica stuff, but it was necessary to happen. You have to, you can only do so much albums directed towards your fans and yourself, and your fans yourself. Go back and forth. That was one of those moments too. But just hear me out.
You have a really good point.
It's one of those moments.
No, I'm saying you have a really good point. I'm agreeing with you.
That art.
Gosh,
album,
Brian.
No, thank you. I appreciate that. That art album, to go out on a complete limb and do something you've never absolutely done before, and work with somebody like Lou Reed, who's a genius in these circles over here, and to be the biggest heavy metal band of all time, working with Lou Reed. Mm-hmm. In your mind,
and that's no bullshit. They're the biggest heavy metal band of all time.
The biggest hard, I would dare to say, the biggest hard rock band too. Yeah,
dude, success-wise, everything. What they've done in America, they're huge, dude.
Yeah, absolutely. But that ability to be able to do that, to be at that level, to do that, because they know. Musically behind that, take the Lou Reed equation out. Did you want to hear that as a Metallica record? Because that's where they were in their headspace. Think about that.
I kind of understood why they did it, and I kind of get it. But also at the same time, I think it's hypocritical because here they talk shit about Jason Newsted wanting to do Echo Brain, which pretty much that's why they got rid of, which ultimately led to him leaving. Look, like bands like Metallica, like I get it. You want to go off, you want to do your own thing. Like, how many times have you, like, when you're, okay, we're all growing, okay? It doesn't matter. That's why, like, you got Load. That's why you got Reload. That's why you got all those. Like, and honestly, we look back and we listen to that. That stuff. I like Load.
I like Load.
I don't.
It is not a load of crap.
No, it's not. It's not really.
There's some they could have weeded out like 2 or 3 songs on it.
The biggest piece of shit they've ever come out with is Saint Anger. That album was dog shit. It was dog shit, dude.
It is.
And it was like just cutting Bob Rock a fucking paycheck. Like, boom, here you go. Thank you.
It was forced, but that was necessary too.
That was so bad.
The thing about them doing Lulu,
I had nightmares.
Oh,
in boot camp.
But it took Jason leaving for them to realize that they can do other things.
Yeah.
That's why that album's important. Is like, yeah, okay. We didn't understand why Jason wanted to do it. We thought, like, cuz if you really think about it, in their headspace, the ego headspace of Lars and James of like, dude, we're in the biggest band in the world. What else do you want to do? We don't have to do anything for the rest of we can coast. I guarantee you in the back of their head, they're like, we could polish a turd and put out 2 albums worth of stuff, and people are gonna buy that shit at their headspace. Like,
I know there's a specific band that you're thinking about right now in that subconscious of yours.
Do you?
Yeah, who is it?
Do you?
Yeah, is it Red Hot Chili Peppers?
Yeah.
I fucking knew it.
Yeah. It's exactly
Stadium Arcadia. I knew it.
Yeah.
I knew it. I love Mars. I like that part.
You can tear that album apart and pick 10 to 12 songs that make an album. The rest of it's fucking garbage.
I don't care what anybody says, man. Danny California, it's a great song.
It's a good song.
I'll never
doubt. Their singles, even though they're played to death on the radio, and you turn on the radio and you know which 5 Red Hot Chili Peppers songs.
Californication.
I can't listen to that. I can't listen to Under the Bridge anymore.
I can.
I can't listen to Under the Bridge anymore.
It's got a special spot in my heart.
That and Scar Tissue. I can't listen to Scar Tissue
Can't listen
anymore.
to Scar Tissue.
I like that new jam though, but then I
Yeah.
don't listen to the radio that often
I don't either.
at all.
It's funny, man. Like I had my buddy fly
But
out from Tennessee.
Red Hot Chili Peppers is a band too. They came back with different members. But when Dave Navarro came into the fold,
Mhm.
there were songs on that album that you're not entirely sure of. I think is good. It's on 1 Hot Minute.
with
Special.
Dave Navarro. No, it's special. Yeah, because I really wanted to hear something cool after Blood Sugar Sex Magic. And
Yeah,
then-
I can see why
and then-
you would feel that way.
Yeah, because dude, that was such a great album,
Yeah.
and that was the follow up to it. Like, get the fuck out of here, really? And then they took tons of time off.
Drugs,
and they-
man.
Yeah,
Drugs.
Yeah.
It's drugs.
See, and that's what. Well, actually,
Aerosmith.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Korn. Korn's another one too. They're one of those like they should have taken.
They don't have the drummer.
No, they don't. But this ties into one of our other topics later. We can talk about it too. Is that they changed their whole production era aspect on their new record.
How?
They let somebody, Nick Raskulins, who's
Uh-huh.
done the last 2 Alice in Chains records. He did the Diamond Eyes and Koino Yokon albums. Did Foo Fighters records.
So he's done all the
Rush.
comeback albums.
Yeah, he's that
He's
guy.
the comeback
Yeah.
producer. Yeah. He's the
And
no bullshit. You guys are gonna listen to me, or else get the fuck out of here. Give me my paycheck.
he
I'm
he
leaving.
knows how to get what you. He did a Stone Sour record too. A couple others. He's done a lot of stuff. Rush.
Well,
But he
I've always wanted to do that.
he's like the 2 new songs I've heard from them sound like the way it used to sound, like a mesh of like the first record and Issues.
See, I like the first record.
I like
and
the
I like
first-
Issues too.
Exactly.
Like I don't listen to it anymore.
I
but,
put Issues
um,
on not too long ago, just
Of
because
course
I
you
was
did.
like, I want to listen to this. I haven't heard it in a long time, and
I like Make Me Bad.
I like that song. It sounds good. It's a sonically really well done record. Brendan O'Brien did it. That's why. Because it's just
I remember seeing that music video for the first time. I was like, "This is a cool fucking music
Yeah, it
video."
is. Bridget Nielsen's in it.
That's right. Yeah.
Here's a band that we were discussing the other day. Pantera coming back, if they were to come back, because
No.
there's a lot of people that want it.
No,
I don't think it can.
I
I
didn't
don't
really
think it's
want
gonna
it when
happen.
it was around.
You got sick of it though. That's the
Yeah, because they, dude,
same set lists every freaking show.
everybody who wants to see them
is
come back has never seen Phil live. They've never
Yeah.
seen it. They've never seen it.
Yeah,
And they're just pissed off because they missed out on it. Missed out on what? I have no idea, but he's really annoying live. He's annoying as fuck live.
he is to an extent. With Down, it's different. It's a little bit different. The last couple times I've seen him, like it was more like he's joking with the audience and stuff, having a good time with them, and then they're doing like impromptu little cover jams and stuff.
Yeah, but see, that sucks, man. Nobody wants to fucking see that shit.
It just, no,
They
it
really
it
don't.
takes away from the songs they can
does.
play, which
It does.
which we'll get to
And
later
these
too.
people don't realize is that they're paying like not top. I guess top dollar to fucking see this band. Like if I'm paying $45 to see Down at the Key Club, come on, man. Like no bullshit. Give me a good fucking show.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know
we'll
what I
get to
mean?
that. We'll get to that in a little bit. But them coming back, I had thought about this, and I've given it some serious thought, and I mentioned it to you the
think
other
a
night in
lot.
passing. I do think a lot.
Yeah.
But if they were to do it, they need to make it more of a tribute show. Don't make it a comeback. Don't come back with new music. Nothing like that. Do it because the only way Vinny's going to do it is if it's in tribute to his brother.
Cavalier Conspiracy.
Yeah.
They need to do that.
But all they need to do, because that's the only Vinny's going to do. The only way Vinny will ever do this is if it's in tribute to him, because all he does is milk his brother's death.
Oh, that's harsh.
He does. The new Hell Yeah record
Hell yeah!
has a freaking lost.
Hell no!
Exactly. No, you know what it has on it? It has a solo on it from Dimebag from a demo tape from years ago. That's not milking your brother's death. That's milking it.
That's just getting hammered one night and going through all your brother's old fucking tapes who's dead and just being like, wait a second. I've never heard this one.
It's milking it.
If I haven't heard this, Nobody else has heard this.
No, it's not like that.
I
at
just
all.
had a light bulb.
No, it's not like that. There's no way it was like that.
No, I'm just kidding.
No
It's
way.
a joke, Brian.
I know it's a joke. It wasn't.
Jesus.
Like that. It wasn't like that. I wasn't there, but it wasn't like that.
I wasn't there, but it wasn't like that.
Guarantee it. No, I'm serious. But like, why? Why? That's tacky.
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying that that's the only way that Vinnie Paul would ever consider dreaming about doing a thing like that. And if they're gonna do it like that, they're gonna have to do it like that. When they do it like that, they need a few traveling people that goes and does it with them. Like a Zakk Wylde will be there every night. You're gonna see Zakk Wylde play freaking every night. But in every other city, other guitarists from other bigger bands,
Like Kerry King from SoCal.
Kerry King will show up. If they played in Brazil or something like that, I could imagine what's his name? What the hell's his name?
Andreas
Kisser from Sepultura joining them. Like I don't know who else. Just you can name anybody. Then they'll jump up there and show up.
New York Scott Ian.
New York Scott Ian, the Lamb of God dudes will show up and jam a song. The Megadeth dudes will get up and jam a song or something like that.
Yeah.
But that's how you got to do it. And they would have to donate part of their earnings to charity. To
The Dime Bag Charity for marijuana.
yeah, Crown Royal Fund.
Give to that every time.
But no, like to like a violence charity or something like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
That's what they'd have to do. Some other bands that came back without the original members. Motley Crue.
Alice in Chains.
Alice in Chains did it right. They did it right.
You talking about like waiting a specific amount of time and then coming back?
They didn't come back with new music for 14 years.
Yeah.
They came back at around like 11 and a half, 12
They came back
years.
2006?
Yeah.
Because they came out with Black Is Way to Blue in 2008.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was about 2 years of just... They probably just wanted to warm the crowd up again.
Well, it was
and then put out another record.
they were never as big as Nirvana or Pearl Jam.
Dude, they were huge.
They were, but they were not.
Oh my God.
They were not that status.
Dude, I remember. Yeah, they were. I remember being into them back in the 90s.
I was too.
Dude.
But think about that. Think about the legacy factor for Pearl Jam and Nirvana.
Well, they faded out after 96.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
They had no. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You put those two on the top part.
Mm-hmm.
Soundgarden disappears. Alice in Chains disappears.
Pearl Jam's like still releasing records.
Pearl
but
Jam's still
like,
releasing records, and Nirvana's the mainstream legacy right there. That's it. And everyone kind of forgot about them. If you think not forgot about them, like they were still being played on the radio and things like that, certain songs, but you didn't hear anything really about Sean or Mike.
Yeah.
Jerry was releasing stuff, but he only released.
I like his solo stuff.
I like Degradation Trip better.
I was listening to Doggy Depot.
I like Boggy Depot's good.
Boggy Depot.
But I like Degradation Trip better.
Really?
Yeah. It's deeper. And it's
I like
more
Cut
it's
You
more
In.
him.
I'll cut you in.
Boggy Depot to me was like songs for Alice in Chains. Like 100% those were
I've
like,
heard you say that before.
yeah. That's
I
why
don't know why you say that.
and Sean Kinney played drums on that record.
Yeah.
So to me it's very Alice in Chainsy. On
Yeah.
on Degradation
Yeah.
Trip, the Jerry did all the guitars and vocals. The bass was done by Robert Trujillo, and
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and the drums were Mike Borden.
Oh.
So it has this whole different feel to
So
it.
it had like so it had Ozzy's back.
It had it had more of like it had a Sabbathy Ozzy
for people who
vibe
don't
to it.
remember that back in like 96, 97, 95-ish.
Mike Borden was in the band for
Yeah, he's in the band for a long time.
years.
Yeah.
Robert Trujillo was too.
Yep. I remember seeing that first Ozfest,
Yeah.
that DVD. They played Perry Mason. Dum 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 dum.
I like the music for it, but oh god,
I like the live version better.
Yeah.
I don't like the recorded version. I listened to
it's
it. I was
so
like,
produced.
"This is it's horrible." I was like, "Dude, I thought this is a bass. Like, I thought this is a bass lick.
Nope.
Guess not."
No.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good bass player, Robert Trujillo.
Robert Trujillo.
And
But that's
Metallica.
that's why I like that Jerry record better because it doesn't. It still sounds like Jerry, but that rhythm section feel because those two guys have been playing together for so long. They had that chemistry. when they went in the studio.
Goes way back to what we were
Yeah.
saying, chemistry.
And-
I'm telling you, man.
And it made for a really cool
Cannot
record.
replace it.
There's 2 versions of it too, of Degradation Trip. There's
Really?
a 1 disc and a 2 disc. It's originally meant to be a double album, but the record company wanted him to only do it as a one.
Well, didn't Jerry Cantrell? He was an audio slave before Chris Cornell was.
No.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
No, there was a rumor
When
going
they were in
around.
Civilian.
There was a rumor going around that Lane Staley was asked to sing for it because Lane had sung with Tom Morello on that Class of '99 thing
Oh, that's right.
where they did
We
Another Brick in the
don't
Wheel.
need
Yeah.
no
And Stephen Perkins played drums on that. Martin Lynn Noble played bass on it.
Boom, boom.
Do you
I
know
didn't
those
like
other
that
2?
version. It's like whatever.
It's a whatever version. It's
Yeah.
better than Guns N' Roses' Sympathy for the Devil.
Prophets of Rage! Zach De La Rocha, if you are a man of your word, and especially when it comes to your music, you will get your fucking ego aside and put your band back together, because when that band played, everybody fucking listened. Everybody. And I'm telling you, dude, dude, could you imagine if they did, like, Sleep Now in the Fire? Could you imagine if that came out right now, especially during Occupy Wall Street? Dude. Because they were talking about that shit fucking 10 years prior to that.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. I'm like, dude, man, like, the biggest reason you're a fucking band is right there in front of your face right now. There's some fucked up shit happening, dude. And if you were a part of a movement in the fucking 90s when nothing was going on, and all of a sudden something happens, and you, like, if you really, like, look at that, like, I don't know. I can't rant anymore. It just pisses me off. Sorry.
It's
Dude,
okay.
No, it just does. It's because then you're just,
I don't want to see
your music's full of shit.
Yeah, I
Your
don't.
music's
I don't want to
bullshit.
see. I don't want to hear Chuck D, who comes across as very militant,
Yeah.
and I don't want to hear Be Real, who's a freaking stoner.
So what? What's so bad about smoking weed?
There's nothing wrong with that, but like, there's this guy who raps about smoking weed and all this stuff. Now he's part of this thing where
I get what you're saying.
like
Yeah.
you're jumping
It's
over here for a
hypocritical.
fucking you're jumping over
Yeah.
here for a fucking paycheck too, man.
Yeah.
Well, you're gonna come over here and you're gonna speak somebody else's words. They might mean something to you, but you can't convey it the same way that guy could. And I don't want to hear you do that. And then Chuck D's gonna come across as preachy.
Well, I just think it's freaking
I
stupid
don't
and
like it.
fucked up that they're playing Rage Against the Machine. So, just like I said, gypping the fans.
I'd rather Brad Wilk go back to playing with the Last International.
Love that band.
That's what I would
Speaking
rather.
of a good band, I got my money's worth when I saw that band, and they played before Royal Blood.
Yep.
I already felt like I got my money's worth.
They were putting
And then
on a
Royal
good
Blood
show.
played, and I was like, okay,
Good
this is
show.
really good.
I was thinking of another band while we're talking about all this stuff that have are with different members and stuff that really takes away from the fans, and it's one of your favorites, is Sepultura,
Yeah.
because different singer, different drummer now, same guitar player for like the last 20 years.
I cannot believe they still release shit. They've been more of a band as a fake Sepultura now than they ever were real.
Yeah.
And you know what's the funny thing? Andreas, I'm sorry, man. I met you a long time ago, and you were really cool to me and stuff. But, dude, I got to tell you, man, this is bullshit, dude. You know, you're not even an original member, dude. Nobody in that band is actually technically an original member. The only original members were Igor Cavalera and Max Cavalera. And if you listen to Beast-Style Devastation, those are the original members, and that was the first record that they first put out. And Paulo's not on it, and Andreas isn't on it. Andreas became a part of the band after Schizophrenia when they came out with Beneath the Remains. So he's walking around with the Sepultura name, and it's honestly, man, to me, it's fraud. It's bullshit. This isn't fucking that, man. And then they released this stuff. I mean, Derek, man, I got a lot of respect for you, man. You hold your own. Like you're a good front man, and he was really nice in person. But I got to tell you, he's no fucking Max, man. He doesn't sound like Max. Doesn't have that growl. No, it's just not the same. And then but when I saw Soulfly play Sepultura songs for the first time, I was like, fuck yeah. So when they come,
When did you see Soulfly do that? First album?
yeah, first, I saw him at the Palace right after Ozfest, because at Ozfest they didn't play any Sepultura songs. They played nothing but soulful.
Was it after
songs.
Ozfest 2000?
Yeah.
Okay,
it was
so
right after Ozfest.
That was
2000.
a different drummer that I was thinking of.
Yeah.
Because I thought if you had mentioned if you had
They
seen,
didn't have Roy Mayorga.
Yeah, that's because if it was Roy, then I mean that would have sounded even better.
If it was Roy, they would have played Sepultura songs because Roy knows all the Sepultura
he does.
songs.
He's actually gone down and filled in for them. In
Yeah,
the
he
last
actually
few
played.
years.
Yeah, he filled in for Sepultura
Yeah.
after Igor left.
Yeah, and he's
Yeah.
still done it.
Which is actually, if you YouTube that, he plays like Territory, dude. It's fucking rad.
Let's talk about this. This has been bugging me too, as we mentioned earlier about Guns N' Roses.
I saw Motley Crue in their final show, and they played Anarchy in the UK. I was so fucking mad. That and Smoking in the Boys' Room. Oh,
Yeah. So bands playing covers live is
Sorry,
one
I'm
thing
sorry
that
to get
is
off my chest.
getting annoying to an extent because they're starting to play more and more. Guns N' Roses played like 5 or 6 on this tour, which takes away from other really great songs that people want to
Live
hear.
and Let Die. You got to check that off there.
Live and Let Die and Knocking on Heaven's Door. Sure.
Yeah, those were dude. They did those covers and they were really good.
I have this thing.
Then
in my,
they
I
did
ha-
some covers off of GNR Lies by Aerosmith.
yeah, Mama Kin.
Yeah, that was awesome. Go ahead.
The I don't know. There's certain ones like those ones. Those were like super album staples.
Yeah,
Like if it's like that, then I can understand playing a cover. But don't just pull off like,
yeah.
oh man, we're gonna play Stranglehold by Ted Nugent tonight. You know, whatever. Just don't. Why?
They
Don't-
played that whole
No,
song.
they didn't play that. They played The Seeker from The Who. They played
Really?
Misfits Attitude. They played.
Yeah, but they've played Attitude for like ever.
Yeah, but
I know what you
stop. Just don't. No one wants to. That takes. You play a cover and you have a catalog like a deep catalog or something like that. Plus, you combine the songs of Use Your Illusion 1 and 2.
Yeah.
They could have played so many more songs.
Well, that and a song that never gets played by them anymore is Rocket Queen.
Yeah.
That's a great song, dude.
They could, yeah. Just stop. It's so annoying. It's so annoying.
It'd be rad if they brought that chick back on stage.
Just kidding. She was in the Behind the Music, so I'm sure she's still alive.
Yeah, sir. No, she was she in Behind the Music?
Yeah, she was.
She was also in that.
She was Steven Adler's girlfriend or something like
That's
that.
right. Yeah. Axel, you bad boy. Dang, man.
But if you think about it though, like if you only have like 2 albums out,
Mhm.
don't even play a cover.
Yeah.
If you have 1 record out, I can see playing a cover,
Yeah.
maybe. But and it's just like if you have more than 2, don't. It's not. If you have a covers album, you cannot play anything off that album.
Yeah.
If it's on your freaking record, that's when you can play
And
it.
that's why we're not seeing Danzig's next tour.
I don't want to see Danzig anymore. I saw,
You know what, man?
the
I
show
don't
you
wanna
and I
see-
went to,
Yeah.
I'm good with
that. Was so great.
I'm good.
That-
I wouldn't mind seeing Misfits.
No
maybe.
covers when he played that show. None.
No, it was all Danzig. Well,
All Danzig and Misfit.
yeah, that's true. Metallica, I've seen them play Bread Fan. So I saw their version of Stone Cold Crazy live,
Yeah, I've seen that.
which is cool. But I don't want to hear that. Like they could have played some other.
They played that at Summer Sanitarium.
Yeah. No.
Yeah,
No,
they did.
didn't. No.
Yep. Yep.
I'm gonna look this up.
Okay.
I don't
Fact
think they
check.
did. I'm going to fact check.
L.A. Coliseum. What
2003.
was that 2003? That was 2003.
It's 2003. The first one was 2000. The third one was 2003. Second one was 2003.
2002.
I have the shirt in my closet.
It's 2002.
I'll bet you $100 it was
I was,
2003.
I was a junior in high school.
I'll bet you $200 it was 2003.
I'm not betting you anything.
That's how true.
I'm broke.
That's how
I can't
true.
fucking bet anything.
I'm unemployed. Fuck you. I'll bet you $100 anyway. Okay. Metallica set list. Summer Sanitarium 2003. Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum.
Who'd they play with?
Before Metallica was Limp Bizkit. Before them was Linkin Park. Before them was
I'm not
Deftones. And
talking
before
about that
them
show.
was.
That wasn't the first Summer Sanitarium.
Hey, we're talking about 2003. That's what
my
you're talking
God.
about.
No, that's not what I
To
was
the first
talking
one?
about. Yes.
You didn't say the first one. You said the
Yeah, I
second one.
did.
No, you didn't. You said the second one. The first
I
one
didn't go to
with
the
Power
second
Man
one.
5000.
Yes.
System of a Down, Kid
Yes.
Rock, and Korn.
Yes.
Okay. Open with Creeping Death. For Whom the Bell Tolls.
Did they play Stone Cold Crazy?
Nope.
They didn't play Stone Cold Crazy?
Nope. They played Turn the Page that night. That's where Last Caress, So What, and Die Die My Darling.
That's what it was. So what? Dang it.
Ha!
Oh, yeah!
That's right. And I remember this.
Yeah!
I remember this at that point. James walked off the stage. He's like, My back's hurting.
Yeah,
I'm
my
gonna have a beer. I'm gonna go have a couple beers. Jason's gonna sing this next song. He played Whiplash. Yep. And they actually, I forgot. I remember that too. They played No Leaf Clover that night.
That's right.
I fucking love
Here's
that
a
song.
new one.
Dum, I love that song.
Oh, and going back to the bands that did it right, Black Sabbath did the reunion right.
Their newest one?
No, not their newest one. When they came back in 2000, they did it right.
It was actually 99, but
Sorry,
yeah.
that's what I meant. 99 to 3. Well,
It was 99.
they did it every other year pretty much.
Yeah, they did actually.
They did
for a
like
while.
97, then 99.
Yeah,
then
they're fucking the
2001.
fans though now. If this is really their last stuff, then they're fucking them over.
13 though, it had Brad Wilk on it.
Brad Wilk did such a good job on that record.
Yeah.
But the thing with Brad Wilk playing on that record, as opposed to the guy that Ozzy wanted, who's been playing in Ozzy's band for a while now, is Brad Wilk grew up listening to Black Sabbath, and when he learned to play drums, he learned because of Bill Ward.
Yeah.
So he understood the way that is played. So that's why, if all things on that record sound that good, is the drums.
Yeah.
Like, it would have been great if Bill Ward played on that. But Brad Wilk did a great job.
Yeah.
He really did.
And he gets no credit for that.
No. He doesn't. It's sad. What albums would you want to see live? I know we talked about one the other day about Master of Puppets being played in Europe and not out here.
Let's take a break really quick.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
We'll talk about that when we come back.
Okay.